Good afternoon. You join me in a rather sunny and quite warm actually Chichester Marina. We just thought we'd give you a quick walk around of our brand new Jeanneau Merry Fisher Sport Series 2. So just come back from the Southampton Boat Show on this one. She only arrived from the factory about 6 weeks or so ago. We fully commissioned her, added the twin Yamaha 250 horsepower steer-by-wire white, which is the full upgrade engines. Fantastic piece of kit, fully fully upgraded to the 250 and the white, as I say, which does just make, and you might be able to quite just about see it on the camera when the sun hits it, you just get that kind of pearlescent white sparkle, which just really finishes the boat off. Incredible performance from those 250s, so smooth. That with the as I say, the steer-by-wire throttle system is just so tactile and means the boat is very, very easily manoeuvrable. And that's without the upgraded Yamaha joystick and integrated bow thruster system that this boat doesn't have at the moment, but you could add it at a later date. But as I say, with that whole new electric steering that these now have, it's just so easy to manoeuvre the boat, and providing plenty of performance. Cruising at about 25-26 knots, you'll be doing about 66 litres an hour fuel. She tops out at about 41-42 knots, obviously drinking quite a lot more fuel at that point, but the performance is there if you need it. As we walk forward further on the boat, you'll see that we've finished her with the latest synthetic decking, which is now called the Evo deck. This is just the classic with the black corking, which again, when we ordered her from factory, she came just with the non-slip white kind of GRP decking, but that teak running throughout, or should I say synthetic teak, really just finishes the boat off, and it just looks so classic and really nice contrast between the white hull and the decking. Obviously, one of the big things with that Evo deck, it's a synthetic product, so you're not having the maintenance problems of real teak, but it looks just as good. We'll take a walk down, but as you'll see, as I think you've already just seen, big feature on the S2 now is this side door. There is a side door on the Series 1, but it's not fully down to deck level, and it's about half the size. So this is fantastic because you are literally, see line in the way there, but you're literally on and off so easily. So even if there's one of you, which you could quite easily handle this boat just by one person, navigating decks and doing lines and things is so much easier than having to walk all the way to the back of the boat near the engines and come back on. So that is a really nice design feature on these. You'll see as we come forward, you've now got, which is on the S1, but you've got a big side door here at the helm. Again, all deck level. So one of the differences between the Sport and the Cruiser 895 is there's a bit of a step on the Cruiser. The Sport, it is designed with a bit more of deck space and a bit easier to navigate decks. So that's at flush level really. There's a tiny step there, but really you're straight out. Again, single-handed makes it really easy because you can be within touching distance of the throttles, but then you easily reach out for lines or fenders. You've got a side cleat here, so it makes it a little easier. Come forward to the bow area. We've got a really nice seating area on the Sport. That's a fantastic place to sit. It's amazing how many of our customers comment on that rather easy solution of having the backrest on the pole there, but it's amazing how apparently that makes that area so much more comfortable, just having a little sausage kind of backrest on that rail there. Something very straightforward, but easily could be missed out. At the moment, it's not on this boat, but you can have a nice frame that infills into the well area here, cushions on top, so that becomes a really nice sun pad area. Again, one of those easy things you can add and order from Jeanneau, and we can add onto the boat. You've got an electric windlass up front. This one's fitted quite rather nicely with the upgraded stainless steel anchor. Just one of those 1% finishing touches, but just finishes the boat off really nicely. You've got the controller that comes out, your windlass controller that comes out of the anchor locker there, but we have got control of it at the helm. So again, if you're single-handed, you don't need to leave the helm to come up and do your anchor. You can all control it from the helm yourself. So again, making single-handed boating a lot easier, being able to drop the anchor from the helm rather than walking forward. We'll take you back down. You might just be able to see it, but she's got the LED roof bars on the top, so just a nice little, again, feature on there. If you're coming in at dusk, put those on, and just means people can see you a bit clearer, or if you're wanting to see what's ahead of you a bit easier, that certainly helps. And you've got the storage roof rack up there as well, so that helps store paddle boards or put them on the top. So if you're heading down to the beach, like a lot of our customers do here from Chichester, because we've got West Wittering Beach about half an hour down the water, that's a great place to put all the toys and things up there. As we step into the cockpit, you've got a really nice upgraded U-shaped seating here. These all fold away as well, so you can literally store the cushions, keep them on there for the day. So depending if people are jumping and swimming, you can clear this whole deck, or if you know, as the evening gets a bit later, like it is today, and you want to sit around and have a drink or a bite to eat, you've got seating there for comfortably probably 6 people realistically. So that's really nice. Nice table there as well, which stores down below, so that's easy to take off the leg, put it away. We've got on the S2 now, this is an upgraded area. So before, this was kind of just a blank chopping board, if you like. Now you've got sink with a tap, chopping board. That's a bit of drainage, a bit of a wet locker. You can option this with a grill out here as well, and that's something that we could probably add on if you really wanted it on this boat. But obviously you've got a gas hob inside, so you might just prefer to keep that as a, I mean, even something like this, you could chuck a couple of ice in it and chuck a couple of beers in there or something and keep them cool out here, and then it all drains away. So that's a nice area there. Coming inside, layout again has changed in here from the Series 1. So we've now got this nice galley unit here. Before it was forward behind me up here on this seat, and you had to sort of lift up a sort of semi-galley really, but now it's a proper workspace, single gas hob, sink with a fold out tap there. That just pops away in there like that. You've got lots of storage in here, so cutlery drawer, that's where your isolators are in there. This one is purposely designed to fit a microwave, so we could stick a microwave in there if you'd like, or you can just keep it as it is, which is kind of blank storage, and then you've got a bit more underneath there as well. So a good amount of storage in here. We've then got the other side, a really big drawer storage again, so plenty of storage in there to house all sorts of bits and bobs. Next to the galley unit is our fridge, so 12-volt fridge there. So always works when you're it works when you're plugged into shore power, but equally not. So you can be at anchor for the day and have stuff being chilled in there. Opposite to the galley is obviously our saloon area with a fold-out table. So at the moment you can face probably 4 people quite comfortably facing each other. It's a nice place of an evening. You probably have seen this many times now before on Jeanneau's, but it's a very clever little fold back seat. So not only have you got 2 facing forward back here, but then you can have another person or 2 people sat facing forward, all watching where you're going with the skipper. If you're like me and you're going along somewhere on a train or in a car, for example, when you're facing backwards, you get a bit car sick, which can happen on boats as well probably. So that is quite nice to flip that back and everyone faces forward. Brings us to the helm area here. So as we already mentioned, we've got it open at the moment, but this massive sliding door clicks in. So if you're in a bit of weather, you can close this all off and you've got a great pilot house area with fantastic visibility. Front windscreen is single pane, so you've got no mullion down the middle to block any visibility. And then, as I say, given the nature of the Merry Fisher, the pilot house area is fantastic. Equally, on a day like today, you can just bring that door back, click it into place so it stays in situ, and you've got a fantastic place to drive the boat from. As I mentioned earlier, we've got the twin 250 steer-by-wire engines, so there's your throttles for the engines there. Bow thruster fitted to the boat as well. What we can do is upgrade to the Yamaha Helm joystick, which would most likely go in here. So you can have that upgrade. We've got the steer-by-wire technology, which is the key. So even if you decided, if you're interested in the boat, to not go for that, someone down the line, say when it comes to resale, could add that function. So it's quite a big advantage. You can then upgrade. As I say, we've got the bow thruster on here at the moment, but you could then upgrade to what has recently been launched by Yamaha called the integrated bow thruster system. So that, at the moment, ordinarily, if you had the joystick, that talks to the engines, bow thruster talks to the bow. You can link that all up now so that your joystick talks to the engines and the bow thruster. So again, that's quite a unique feature. To do that on this boat, you're looking at about £5,000, and the joystick itself is about £5,000. So there's about £10,000 of upgrades there that you could have if you wanted, or you could have the joystick and not the integrated bow thruster, or yeah. So that options to be considered there, but all stuff we can add to the boat. We've got Raymarine Axiom 12-inch plotter, so that's a fully integrated system. Obviously plotter at the moment, but you can split screen, you can have all sorts of fish finder and all sorts on there. Zip weight trim tabs, so they're the upgraded trim tab system. So you can have the Lenkos, which is a sort of standard manual system where you're having to physically press the button up and down for each trim tab yourself. This unit, switch it on before you head out, and that is so clever that it will figure out if the boat's at a slight tilt or in a choppy sea, which trim tab to drop, and help stabilise the boat. So for people who are, even for a seasoned boater, but particularly people who are new to boating, who get a bit nervy with a bit of chop or slamming or the boat leaning to one side, that all helps neutralise that and stabilises the boat. Number of switch gear here as well. So you've got, that's the anchor windlass from here. You've got your bilge pumps, lights, water system, navigation lights, electronics. So it's all fully suited system there, and even windscreen wipers and washer and things. As we come down further, another couple of big improvements on the Series 2 over the Series 1. Firstly is the forward cabin. So it's a very good size in there now. The bed has been dropped slightly, obviously because you've got the recess from that forward seating area, so you do lose a bit of headroom, but the bed has been dropped and now been kind of set aside. So before it was like a V berth, kind of like you'd find on a sailing boat. Now it's a set proper double bed, and as I say, it's been dropped, so you'll find that the headroom there is a lot better. On your starboard side is the heads, again redesigned from the Series 1. Just gives you a bit more headroom in there for the shower. It's slightly changed in terms of where the sink is and the head itself, but it's made quite a lot of difference. Most people probably don't shower aboard anyway, but you certainly would be more comfortable showering in there than perhaps on the predecessor. And then as you come back round, so this is we're now on the port side of the boat, is your guest cabin. So you've got a twin bed in there that runs back underneath the saloon. It's a very good size for this size of boat. You know, couple of smaller kids would be more than happy in there, or a couple of friends for the odd night would probably be just as happy. If it's not been used as a cabin space, then it's fantastic storage space, as well for all your kit for the weekend. I think that was kind of the main items. Obviously, there's a lot of other sort of little intricacies and all sorts of options on this that we'd be more than happy to talk through at a later date, or alternatively come and see the boat or give us a call, and we'd be more than happy to talk you through it. But as I say, this one is available. Just came back from the show. Currently available for 198. Full retail price is 215, so there's a bit of discount there given the fact she'd been to the show. But as I say, we've got a number of things that if you'd like to add, we can do that. We do a lot of things locally using local professionals, so don't be afraid to ask questions or talk us through things, because we probably more than anyone else do a lot of stuff locally. But yeah, do give us a call on 01243 55 00042, and we'll hopefully see you soon. Cheers, bye bye.